POD, or Pod, as I call them. I don't.
No.
XFM 104.9, it's the Ricky Gervais Show.
With Steve Merchant?
Yeah. So Dermot O'Diddley...
Yes.
Weeks and weeks in a row, he doesn't even turn up, and now suddenly he's all over breakfast.
I noticed, yeah, you're standing in for the breakfast show. Why weren't we asked to do that?
Well, we were.
Upsetting. Were we?
Yeah.
I didn't know about this.
Yeah, but I don't want to get up that early, do I?
Sure.
I feel a bit hungover today, actually.
Do you?
Yeah.
What's happening? What, were you partying last night, were you?
Well, not partying, we just went out for a couple of drinks, and had a meal, and then went to the Borderline, and saw I'll tell you about that, it's good.
You saw a band? That's the first time in years, isn't it?
It is, yeah. Yeah, because, do you know John Sim? The actor?
Not really.
He's in this band, right, called Magic Alex, and it was really good. They're sort of like a friendly Oasis. They got, it's quite mank sort of feel, but it's really good. Good songs and everything.
Is he the singer?
Yeah, no, he's the guitarist. Nice, cool. But it was full of actors, and I felt quite tall.
That's ludicrous, because you're a very short man.
Well, I am. I'm sort of, I was average, but now I'm not, I don't think. 5'8", that's right. But there, I was like it was like Lilliput. So I just got to hang out at actors do. Yeah.
This is the reason, because actors are often quite handsome people, but yet they're always quite obnoxious.
We are.
No, I mean, they're normally quite obnoxious, Rick. Again, you're a good example of that. And yet, I think it must be the small man complex. That's what makes them so obnoxious and so kind of desperate for attention. Didn't realise it before.
Steady on.
Because of course I tower above everyone.
You do, don't you?
I'm, for people who don't know, who are listening, I'm 6'7" tall. That's high.
Yeah.
That's
and for people who've never seen him, he doesn't hold it well. It's not like he's a sort of handsome athlete, is it, Carl? He's a bit of a, what would you call him?
Carl, don't answer.
No.
Don't get drawn into that. You know the game he's playing.
No. Do you know yesterday when you were in the office?
Yeah.
You did a little move, and it reminded me of Blakey.
Oh, I hate you, Gervais. Oh, I hate you, Pilkington.
That's his stance.
Yeah, but even he held it a little bit better, didn't he? Because he was a man, he had a big coat and everything, and a peak cap. But, yeah.
I can't believe, I've not suffered enough from being freakishly tall. Now, till my best buddies, live on radio, are just...
It's not just the height, though, is it? It's the posture and the face and everything.
But it's got you places, hasn't it?
No? What do you mean it's got me places?
I think people give you a bit more of a chance in your career and stuff, 'cause it's like...
Well, yeah, stacking shelves. Because I can reach the high level.
Muse, Plug-in Baby on XFM 104.9.
Rick,
Gervais, go on.
Well, yeah, but I know you guys are laughing about the height thing, and for those that have only just tuned in, I am 6'7" tall, which is tall and that's big, and I pride myself on it in a way. I've worked hard, I've not smoked, I ate well,
Yeah.
It's an accomplishment, but obviously I didn't have much involvement in it. I just am, and it's a curse because mainly the problem is that you can't get stuff, you can't get clothes, you can't get shoes.
Yeah. It's size 14 feet.
Yeah, but it is genuine, and I don't know. I mean, it costs a lot to buy a pair of size 14 shoes, and if you were genuinely poor, I don't know how you'd afford to be tall, because the clothing costs more, everything costs more.
I've seen this in comics that you'd actually go to school in a barrel.
Wearing a barrel.
With just braces, it'd just be a barrel and you'd have sort of flip-flops. And you'd take a mule with you. They all had a mule, didn't they, the poor people?
People always think you'll be in a pub or something, and people just think they can talk to you about it. They just think, hey, you lanky, it's just like, because it's like they
But that really annoys you, doesn't it?
Well, it annoys me because it's like they think I should be proud of it. Like,
well, exactly, but they don't think that this is not a disadvantage, this is not a disability, is it? You're taller than most people. It might get
disability.
No, if you were 8'3", it'd be slightly debilitating, you would, but...
Debilitating?
What?
Debilitating? Yeah. No, you're a medical man, aren't you, But, no, the point is, it's a debilitating because when you go on public transport, like if you're on a coach...
yeah.
The only place I can sit on a coach is that seat...
On the driver's lap?
Either on the driver's lap or that seat at the very end.
Yeah.
Which sits into the aisle.
Yeah.
That's the only place I can sit.
Why don't you stand up,
some sort of kids at the back waving at drivers.
You could drive it from the back.
Here he comes, watch it.
Were you a tall baby? Or...
Mr. and Mrs. Merchant, you've given birth to a basketball player. Look at his dribble already. Were you a tall baby? Babies aren't tall.
At what point did you suddenly, Jesus, nothing fits me?
Well, it didn't happen overnight, Carl.
Let's do a little graph. How tall were you at 5?
Oh, I don't know. 3 foot?
3 foot. How tall were you at 12?
6 foot.
6. What are you really?
I don't know, do I? How do I remember? I don't remember this.
Well, when did teachers start calling you freak boy and
Really,
lanky?
They didn't. It wasn't
Didn't they?
so much. It was no.
You went to a funny school. I went bowling with him once, right? I'd never been bowling before, and he'd been once before, and he went, let's go to this bowl. Went to a bowling alley, right? And, you have to wear these special shoes. Now, they're sort of like pointed things anyway, and they're, multicoloured, sort of red and green. They look pretty weird. And the woman said to me, oh, what size? I said, oh, 8. She went, yeah. So what size are you? He went, 14. She went, 14. He went, you probably haven't got them. She goes, yeah, I think we have got one pair. And she put them on the table, and it was like Krusty the Clown. And I just started laughing. They looked so long, and he had to run round this bowling alley in these freaky clown
But
shoes.
they don't look freaky clown like when I'm wearing them, because the rest of me is in proportion to it.
It looked like a little wall bracket.
One of the worst things that happened to me was when I was like, I don't know, when I was about 16 or something, we went to, it's a fire
There's a
alarm
fire
going
alarm going off.
There's a fire alarm going
And the
off.
fire light's going off. Yeah. Should we not just maybe
we
play a
evacuate?
record and go and check that out?
Wrap it up if you want.
No, not wrap it up. Play a record. I'm gonna go.
No, the
See you
fire,
later.
it's gone off, Rick, it's gone off.
Oh! What, we might have burnt down!
Yeah, I think we'd know about it. The flames licking around our ankles would be a clue.
God.
I'm gonna go and investigate. You shouldn't ignore a fire alarm, did ya?
Blimey. We're entertaining the nation.
Oh, look at him, he's scared of fire! What do you mean? Mercury Rev. The dark is rising. That's a good song, isn't it?
I noticed that you're, investigating the fire mainly involved wandering out into the office, looking around a bit, then coming back.
Yeah.
What did you find out?
There was no fire.
There was no fire?
No.
Right.
But I like the fact that imagine that though. Imagine like, there's a fire and there's loads of firemen. They go, get back, and you go to the firemen. Oh, get back! Oh, look at him!
I would. I'd actually be justified to.
Okay, there's heavy shelling, lads. Retreat. Oh, brack, Sarge. I'm sorry, brack, Sarge.
Yeah.
There was a fire alarm. I'd never seen it before. A fire thing going off. There was a fire alarm. I thought, oh, let's at least have a look if there's a fire. That's all I thought. See, there's some official coming in now to tell us we should have been running out.
There's no fire. Well, you can't just stop entertaining, you know, the people of London just because there's a fire.
This isn't the Titanic.
Well, true.
I don't have to carry on playing.
I don't know, it feels like a bit of a sinking ship, really.
Right. Nice one. Nice one.
I don't know who I was taking off then. Probably me.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Listen, let me just tell you briefly, this is another example of how people can just exploit you and make fun of you when you're tall.
Yeah.
I was quite tall. I've always been like about 6'7" for quite a while now. And when I was about 16, I went to a big New Year's celebration in Bristol, where I come from. And everyone kind of congregates in this big sort of part of town, and there's all people dancing around, like in Trafalgar Square. And I was there, and somehow I just picked up a balloon somewhere along the line, one of those kind of helium sort of balloons, and I was holding that, and dancing around. And these two girls came up to me, and I was thinking, yeah, okay, you know, it's New Year's Eve, brilliant, you know, that's my kind of party.
Yeah.
They came out, and they went, hey.
Once a year.
And they said, you gonna be here for long? And I went, well, maybe. And they said, it's just that we've arranged to meet back at you in about an hour. I went, what do you mean? I went, well, it's just because we can see you wherever you are. Don't worry, you can move around and stuff. We'll see you with the balloon. Just arranged to meet some friends.
I love that. A landmark.
So, like,
pilots use that. Oh, we're just coming in. There's, where we go. When we see Steve Merchant, we were descending to Bristol Temple Mead.
What's really funny is New Year's Eve, Trafalgar Square, you got a huge column, but they use Steve as like the meeting point.
Steve's got a huge column.
Brilliant, Rick. Well done. Award-winning comedy from Ricky Gervais.
Happy Monday. Took you back, didn't it? Happy Mondays there. Manxine there. Carl's like really getting down. Oh, yeah. Oh, come on.
Got
come
any
on.
Veras?
Oh, come on, Mel. Did it take you back, did it?
Yeah.
How old are you?
29.
29. So you were just going into, out of your teens.
I'm a Virgo.
No.
What?
No. No. You don't understand. It's just, I'm
Rick,
a Virgo.
I thought we discussed about involving Carl.
Yeah, sorry, yeah.
Management have told us we're just not allowed to do it.
We've had emails from people.
Please don't speak to Carl.
It's cruel.
Exactly.
Yeah.
On the cusp.
Can I just make an appeal? I don't want to...
On the cusp, Libra Virgo, he said. Still going through with it. Doesn't know what's going on, does he? Just wave bright objects at him. Yeah. We've got a competition then, Steve.
We have, but before we mention
Go
that,
on.
can I just ask something? I don't want to exploit our position on the radio.
No.
But I wonder, because I'm very tall, and it's very tricky for me to get size 14 shoes and big clothes and stuff, could I just get people to send some stuff if like, maybe they own a shop which...
Yeah, but it'd be things like homemade clogs
That's
that people
cool.
have carved out of chunks of wood they found in the shed.
Whatever.
It's not
When I
going
was
to
in
be great.
America, when I was in America, everyone says to me, you go to
It
America...
is cool. I'm made out of my own skin.
When I was in America, everyone told me like it would be really easy to get big clothes and big shoes and that because they're all huge and all freaks over there.
All right, steady on.
And I was wandering around New York and I was going in a few shops, kind of saying, we've got size 14, US 15 shoes, and they were going, no, we want something.
Is that the difference? One.
And they literally were laughing at me. There was a couple of shops where they literally laugh and get like someone else in and come and look at the tall, freaky Englishman.
Really?
And then one guy said, I remember we had someone come in there once, and he said he'd been to a shop which sold kind of stuff for really tall people, and he said, I think I can remember the address, and he sort of looked at the sort of telephone direction, he made a note of it, and I went on the subway, and I went down all
Lilliput.
And I went, it took me ages to get there, and really hard to find it. I finally went in there, I've never seen it, was heaving, right, with freaks. It was amazing, it was like, they were just kind of gargoyles, it was like something from Lord of the Rings. They were just kind of these tall people and kind of gnarled.
Did they turn around and start bowing to you?
It was incredible.
Yeah.
When I went in, I just said, hi, I'm looking for a kind of sort of, the guy went, yeah, sure, and he sort of hobbled off into the darkness and came back with exactly the kind of pair of shoes I wanted. I couldn't believe my luck.
It might be a magic shop.
But it was like that shop in, Mr. Ben.
It might have been a dream though, you see. Have you still actually got the shoes?
No.
Because when Mr. Ben sort of like goes back and wakes up next day, he finds like a feather in his pocket where he remembers he was a 17th century sort of squire or something.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
The classic episode of Mr. Ben when he becomes the 17th century squire.
Oh dear.
Mr. Ben learns to play the harpsichord.
But it's like when Mr. Ben, that black shopkeeper goes, right, are you going to pay for that? You're not just going to go through that door and then have an adventure and come back. Oh, yeah, I am. No, you're not. You're barred.
Yeah.
You just make me sick. We wait nothing from you. Well, I'm not in this for your amusement, Mr. Ben.
Is it only Ben who's got the insider knowledge about the magical doorway, or
I don't know, because that fella in the fez doesn't seem to have anyone else there.
No, rarely. He's always grinning though. He knows something.
I'm not sure. It's not a documentary though, is it? It's a kid show, isn't it?
I can't remember.
No, it's not. It's just a kid show, so anything can happen.
Yeah.
That's a lot of people make that mistake when they slag off something like Scooby-Doo or Thundercats. It's not really reality. It's just a kid.
Mr. Ben, they were all on drugs, weren't they? Like Magic Roundabout.
My mate fancied Cheetara from Thundercats.
Cheetara. Which one was Cheetara? I quite like She-Woman.
She was a lovely cat.
Yeah, she was a real dish.
What's the sexiest cartoon?
I'm glad you've asked.
A lot of people say Jessica Rabbit.
They do, and they'd be right to say that, because she's actually human, she's not an animal, which is good.
What?
Isn't she? No, she's a normal woman married to a rabbit.
No, she's not.
Jessica Rabbit.
Is that why she got a surname, Rabbit? But she's not actually
she's
a rabbit.
married Roger Rabbit. But she's not actually a rabbit, she's a glamorous woman.
Is she?
Yeah.
I've never seen it.
No, yeah, this is the weird thing about it.
That's weird though, isn't it?
It is weird, the idea of a rabbit having sex with a beautiful woman. That is the weirdest thing about it.
How does that make you feel?
Annoyed, if I'm honest. Yeah. But I bought some bunny ears just after I saw the film.
Oh, hip-hop. You got your hip-hop track?
Yeah, good. No, this album was rated by a lot of people last year. My sources tell me that it's being re-released and re-recorded this year. Anyway, Nerd are the outfit. They're better known as the Neptunes, who are kind of sort of hip-hop R&B producers. I think this track may have featured on a giveaway CD.
It did.
The NME.
It did.
Anyway, it's dynamite. It's from the album In Search Of by Nerd, and it's Bobby James. Play it. Nerd from the album In Search Of, and that's Bobby James.
Brilliant.
It's great.
It's really big. It reminds me a little bit of Warren G. That chorus.
Sure. Yeah. And apparently the album, it was on kind of limited release, so it's quite tricky to get hold of, but as I say, I think they're re-releasing it.
Well, you should tape off the radio, because we're doing lots of features.
Yeah, no, I'll maybe play that again in the future, just tape it off. I'll tell you what, I'll play the whole album over the course of the next couple of weeks.
Yeah, and we're just, I mean, we've got enough of us talking, we just go now, and you can
we
press
can't
play and
actually
record.
say, we can't advocate you tape it off the radio, because that's breaking...
No, or maybe I'll just do some bootlegs of the catalogue and just sell them Camden Market for £4.
Exactly, fine.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, I mean, we won't, I mean, we shouldn't really say that, but...
Warren G is, Dr. Dre's cousin, is he, or something? Warren
G, I think, is his cousin, yeah.
But I know he's got a famous brother as well, and I think it's something like Nate Dogg.
It could well be Nate Dogg.
Maybe someone would know that and could email or phone in.
Yeah, or email maybe kind of family.
This is the best thing about being on the radio. I can think of something. There was a competition, right, on Virgin, right? I was listening, Virgin, I think 105. No, what is it? I can't remember.
Yeah. Good station.
Good station. And they had a competition, right, and it was to win a trip to America on the Enterprise. It was all about space. And there was one question, answer 3 right, and it was who was the first one into space, Yuri Gagarin, who was doing that. And then the third question was, how much bigger than the moon is the sun? Is it twice as big or 4 times as big? And this one went 4 times as big, went correct. It's not. It's hundreds of times bigger.
More big.
I can't believe, can someone look that up on the internet and how many times bigger is the sun than the moon? It's not 4 times. It's huge. It's like beach ball to a pea type dimensions.
Which DJ was it, do you remember, on Virgin?
I Can't remember, but it was the one on sort of about 11 o'clock.
I
Wouldn't want to be
about
about.
now.
Yeah, he's embarrassed himself, hasn't he?
himself.
When we do quizzes, we never get anything wrong.
That's true enough.
During that track, I'm chilling out, I'm loving it, aren't I? Carl goes, do you know how baguettes came about?
Do you know how baguettes come about?
I went, go on, and Steve went, no, save it.
Wait a minute though, I'm thinking, Rick, people are going to be desperate to know the answer to that. Why don't we play some ads and some music and stuff?
It's like a cliffhanger.
Exactly. How did baguettes come about?
Whatever he says is going to be good, isn't
Stay
it?
tuned to XFM to find out.
Hives, hate to say I told you so, I love that sort of stuff. That and the Strokes. Well, so much better than this new metal rubbish, isn't it?
Definitely.
Now, most people think we talk rubbish on air.
Yep.
If they could hear the conversations
Off
that
air.
go on, I know, but someone just emailed in saying the sun is indeed about 400 times bigger than the moon. Thanks for that. That DJ must have looked it up and said 400 times. That can't be right. It's probably a printing error. 4 times.
Yeah.
Nothing can be 400 times bigger than the moon. Carl went, yeah, but the sun's only got 1 million years, isn't it? I went, what? He went, on that space program, it said that in 1 million years the sun will be destroyed, and he said, and then we're all shafted. Right? I went, I laughed. Steve went, no, it's okay. By then, we'll be on another planet.
No, I think that's true. We'll have colonised other
Right?
planets.
Carl went, yeah, but there'll be no sun. Steve went, well, there's other suns, which is true. Carl went, well, I went, well, yeah, every star is a sun. Carl went, well, not really. Not really. Don't believe that, do you? And I went, no, it is. The sun is just a star. It's not even a particularly big star. Carl went, well, why didn't they say that instead of worrying me? Instead of worrying me.
In 1 million years' time.
Yeah.
I love it. Carl, he's been preserved, brought back to life, and is now the ruler of the world.
Just a head in a fish tank. And he speaks like this. I am Pilkington.
The reason you became king of the universe, of course, is because of your fascinating French bread anecdote.
Oh yeah, yeah. Come
was
on
the
then. How did baguettes come about? If this is going to be someone cooked a loaf a bit wrong and said I can still make a sandwich out of it, I'm going to hit you.
No.
Go on then.
Right. Napoleon, when he was at war and that with Russia.
1812, yeah.
Yeah, all his soldiers were like, you know, not used to the cold weather and that. So they said, take some clothes in your bag with you because it's going to be
Chilly.
nippy out there. So they put all the clothes in the bag.
Sure.
Do what they were told.
Oh.
It's Napoleon, for Christ's sake.
No room for any food.
No,
You're joking.
So
Couldn't they make some sort of like sandwich?
no, it wouldn't fit because of all the clothes. You had to take extra gear.
Sure.
for them. So anyway, he said,
I can see where
know.
this is going. I'll be honest.
Is there a baguette-shaped gap left in their holdall?
They thought, let's make some bread that you can fit down your trouser leg.
What?
That's not true! No, it's not,
I
Carl!
read it in Euston train station. I was waiting to go back to Manchester.
Where did you read
What,
this?
scrawled on the wall in graffiti?
Yeah.
Do you know the
Was it
upper-
also meet me here for cock fun at 12 o'clock?
The upper crust sandwich shop, Euston station. It's on the wall.
What do you mean it's on the wall?
Do you know how it says like sail on at Dixon's, whatever?
Yeah.
Next to that, there was like a bit of information. Once you've read the stuff on Dixon's,
Baguette information.
there was a big thing about the history of the baguette. I read it and I thought,
No, we got to make a sandwich we can spit down our trouser leg.
But how can you march and fight with a huge piece of bread down your train?
Although it would be intimidating. You see them coming, you go, sacre bleu, look at the size of them. They're big fellas. Well,
Blimey. I can't help but feel that could be a practical joke at your expense.
yeah.
didn't do that.
Well, the Earl of
Do you ever
Sandwich...
question anything you read? If it's printed up, is that,
Yeah.
like, fact for you then?
Well, it's not funny. I mean, if they were trying to be funny, it's like, it's not, is it? So it's information.
Have you heard us? Things sometimes want to be funny when they're not.
That's exactly what happened with the sandwich. The Earl of Sandwich wanted something he could fit down his pants. And it was those triangle cut sandwiches wrapped in cling film were perfect. You might be right. You might be right.
I am.
Because the Cornish pasty, so they could drop it down the mines, isn't it?
Is it?
They wrapped it up they wrapped up like meat and vegetables in pastry, and they sort of crimped it, and it was like and they dropped it down the mine, so. Yeah, that's how that came about.
And bagels were originally made so that people could play hoopla, but then eat afterwards. I don't know if you're aware of that. That is true, Carl.
Well, anyway.
Call my bluff. Is that all true?
Yeah.
They're all true.
They're all true.
Really?
Tell your
Well,
kids that when you have them.
Yeah.
You know, if they're still alive in 1 million years.
Well, it might be true. Can someone confirm, that baguette fact, that it was so Napoleon could stick it down
Not
his
him.
trousers? Not him, his
His men.
soldiers.
His men.
Yeah.
Fascinating information. Fascinating bread information, Carl.
Radiohead.
Yeah, now this is my song for the lovers. It's a beautiful track. It's Let Down, off OK Computer. It's one of my favourite Radiohead tracks. It's lovely. Right, set the tape going now, if you want to tape these songs. Avalanches, Frontier, Psychiatrist.
Absolutely.
Well, we've had lots of emails. People, obviously, we inflamed, and provoked about the Cornish pasty. I've got a couple of amendments to that. The crusty bit, you know, is actually as a handle, because obviously the miners had dirty hands, and they'd eat all the stuff in the pasty, and they'd be left with this sort of crust, and they could throw that away. Also, someone told us that at one end was a apple, so you have a little sweet as well.
Little dessert.
So, there you go.
You noticed how, like, over the years we've been doing this, you know, way back when we started XFM, no one ever contributes when we ask about the music, when we ask about hip-hop, or their, you know, opinions on that, anything important. But start talking about pasties.
Yeah.
We've had about 5 phone calls.
Yeah. And someone phoned up to confirm. They used to work for Upper Crust. And, basically, Carl got all excited. So it is true. Well, I don't know if it's true. I've read the same sign you did, Carl.
Interestingly, there's an email here that says, which basically offers a history of the baguette. And, talks about after the revolution, the government decreed that all of France must eat the same bread. And it was up to the bakers to bake this bread of equality. And then Napoleon kind of, made sure it was a particular, he kind of set in.
Obviously on the bread you can eat anything you find in the garden. Frogs, snails, bits of horse, squid.
The interesting thing is, Rick, that there's no mention of sticking it down your trousers whilst going to war.
The French have tried to keep that secret for over 100 years,
It was only the upper crust people.
Nearly 200 years, that is a top secret. Somehow Euston Station upper crust got hold of a document, left behind in an old sea chest, possibly Napoleon's, could have been Josephine's. Unfortunately, jotted it down. He's kicking himself now. Oh, Secretary, I cannot believe I left a note. If he talked like that.
He did.
He did that, yeah, he talked English, but in a very funny French accent.
Do you remember, there was one thing that, talking about funny French accents, you remember Allo Allo?
Yeah.
Remember, it was on about 5 o'clock in the afternoon, but they still meant, because it was a funny Frenchman, it was that English guy who was posing as a French police officer.
It's very complicated plot.
He would often walk by, and I remember there was one where he said, I was pissing by the door when I heard a shit.
Oh yeah.
Now that's
passing by the door.
I'm allowed to say
Passing
that.
by the door when I heard a shot.
That's what he's saying. I'm allowed to say that at 2 o'clock because I'm just saying I'm talking in a French accent.
Yeah.
I was pissing by the door when I heard a shit.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Yeah.
Because I'm speaking French, Carl.
Do you know what I mean?
That's the rule.
Do you know why people tink the glasses before they have a drink?
Why they tink? The verb to tink.
I do know that, Carl. Is it about poison?
It is.
Here we are.
What, would it make a different noise?
Nope.
Brilliant. Go on, explain
Why?
it.
You explain it, Steve.
No, don't Steve, you explain it, Carl. Go on, I've started so I'll finish. Come on, Carl, explain why they tink the glasses.
Ages ago.
Yeah.
Only people with money had drinking or something.
That's like one of my film reviews. Years ago. Welcome to History Now. Now, ages ago, only people with money had drinking or something.
Keep going, Carl.
Keep going.
Like spirit and stuff, so they'd, it's like businessmen with money.
It's easy for you to say. This is getting to be cruel, isn't it?
This is amazing.
Yeah, go on.
Why did you open your mouth, Carl? What were you hoping was the best that could happen?
Because you were trying to make me look stupid before with the planet, so I'm not...
Whereas you know!
Yeah, go on, no, come on. Businessmen with money, I've got to drink and ching. Okay, so then, we're going to drink.
So they'd nip round to have a chat about whatever they're earning money with. And they'd say, right, do you want a drink then? And they'd go, oh yeah, that'd be alright.
Yeah.
So, rather than like, just pouring it out of a bottle into a glass and saying, there you go, it could be going, hang on a minute. It could be poisoning me ear and trying to like, nick my business idea.
Yeah.
So what they'd do, it'd sort of pour a bit of his drink into the other person's glass and you get that tink noise. And that's like, cheers, you know.
No, Carl, I've just a slight amendment there. I think what it was you're absolutely right that they would then test each other's drinks to show that it wasn't poison. But over the years, that was reduced to just chinking the glasses by way of saying, let's not actually bother going through the whole rigmarole. They just did the chinking of the glasses.
Yeah, that's good.
Whew. It was exhausting though, wasn't it?
I know.
Was it worth it, do you think?
Well, I like that, because people carry that with them now. When they do that, they'll think, oh, that bloke's definitely not trying to poison me.
Yeah.
So the horrible thing is that now, when I do the glasses, I can laugh and go, they don't know I've poisoned them.
Exactly.
You should always do the pouring back and forth. It's a shortcut, it's a slippery slope. You know, just be careful. Ash, there's a star. One of my bands of 2001, Ash.
Was it?
Yeah, they've come through. I didn't like them at first. Thought, you know, a bit too lo-fi, but I think they've worked at it. They do good songs, they're good performers, and I think they're probably thoroughly nice chaps.
Sure.
Alright? We didn't say hello because we were away for a couple of weeks. We didn't come back and go, oh, we're back, did we? It's like nothing ever happened.
Exactly.
Do you know what I mean?
Did you have a good Christmas?
Yeah, you?
Yeah. Carl?
Yeah, it's alright.
Lovely. Okay, let's crack on.
Good. I went on holiday after Christmas, yeah. And, so did, our mutual friend, Phil Balker.
Yeah, good man.
He was in Lanzarote and he told me one of the funny, I don't know if I can tell this on the radio. I'll have to say the C word, I'll just go, it's in a sentence, so I just go, you, see, when it comes, and you'll know that he's saying the terrible word. Just, you know, didn't want to ruin the anecdote. Anyway, they're walking along one evening in Lanzarote, and there's lots of Brits there apparently, and Phil overhears, a sort of a married couple arguing. They're having to go home a bit early, and she's saying to him, she went, for Christ's sake, every time we come out drinking, you always shit yourself. Right?
Wow.
Always, not once. So he's going, I've told you, he said, it's not the drink, it's the weather. She went, the weather. You'll be blaming the food next, you see. I don't think they should have got married.
Wow.
Or when did you think the shitting themselves started? Must have been after the marriage, because if they, you know, you're courting, and you go, went out with, Derek again, did you last night? Yeah, how was it? The evening was lovely, the meals must be, he shot himself. Again. That's 5 dates, 5 different heaps of shit.
But I think I can change him.
I think I can change him, yeah. It must have happened after the marrying. Or he just might have think, oh god, or he's got to that age where he think, look, I'll just empty it when I get home.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna keep going up and going to the toilet, you know.
It's the ice that does it.
Carl is right, I think. It is the ice.
What do you mean?
People forget, you know, they say, oh, don't drink the water when you're on holiday, and they don't, they drink, you know, they buy Evian and stuff.
Oh, I see.
They forget about the ice.
The ice cubes, you're right, in a bar. Made from tap water.
And that can do it, can it?
Yeah.
But she said every time you're drinking, didn't she?
I assume that she wasn't drinking ice then.
Yeah.
What, I mean, why is it just happened to him?
Let's be honest, everyone that goes on holiday doesn't end up crapping themselves.
Yeah, they usually make it to a toilet.
He does it every time he drinks, doesn't he?
Yeah, well, apparently.
Just don't let him carry the baguettes.
He's good, isn't he?
Oh, Carl comes out with
He
something.
does now and again,
High
doesn't he?
five, Carl, that was sweet, man.
Yeah, nice one.
Yeah, respect you.
Right, we've got another feature now.
Yes, this is a feature which we introduced before Christmas, and it was so popular, we brought it into 2002 as well. And it's
We've carried it over with us. It's an interesting thing, and I don't think we'll ever run out of features for
I
it.
don't think so.
Go on, then what's the feature called, Steve?
It's rather brilliantly called A Song That I Like.
Yeah.
And in it, let me explain.
Go on, go on.
What I do is, in it, I play a song.
What, that you like, or?
That I like.
Oh, right,
Yeah.
so you just pick let me go, I'm going to explain this. All the songs, right, there are, Carl, Steve likes some of them, he doesn't like others.
Exactly.
But, for this particular feature, the only songs that'll be in this section will be the ones that he likes.
If you think you're going to hear songs that I don't like, you're wrong. Let me clear that up straight away.
Yeah.
Songs that I like.
What song have you chosen to play?
Thank you very much for asking. I have chosen, and it's something I've only been introduced to recently, but I did enjoy it, and it seemed, just felt contemporary. It's, Patti Smith and the classic Gloria.
Oh, fantastic.
Play it, Carl. Gloria by Patti Smith. Did you enjoy that?
Yeah, I love it.
It's lovely to hear that again.
I've always been one of my favourite tracks.
And as Carl pointed out, sounds remarkably like, who did you mention?
PJ Harvey. Oh yeah, well, yeah, everyone knew that. She was obviously very influenced by her.
That's fine, that's fine.
That's alright,
Yeah.
that's allowed.
That's cool.
I like PJ Harvey too.
Exactly.
There's enough room for 2.
You're absolutely right.
Oh, here we are then.
Let's just take a moment to think about what we've done, you know.
Yeah, well, it's been good. We've
enjoyed
it's
ourselves
an hour and 20 minutes. We've talked about, shit in yourself.
We talked about pasties.
We've done pasties.
A number of pastries, actually.
We never got the, we should go in a competition who's the tastiest cartoon ever.
Well, actually,
I threw
someone
up
did
Cheetara, I threw up, Jessica Rabbit.
I've had some people contribute here on
Go
the
on.
email. We've got someone here, Dom, has emailed us. He's told us that, for him, Daphne from Scooby-Doo.
Yeah,
Always
popular choice.
And obviously this is one I've never quite understood, Wilma from the Flintstones. I've actually always felt that Wilma, I don't know, I just thought she was a bit...
No, not
a bit
Wilma,
humble.
Betty, surely.
Yeah, Betty.
Well, this is what I'm saying, Wilma, I mean, yeah, Betty, surely, but Wilma? No,
No,
I mean,
it's
she's
just
quite
like-
homely. But Becky,
Oh,
yeah.
come on, Steve. You wouldn't say no to Wilma.
No, I suppose not.
If it was on,
Well, I'd be worried about Fred if he found out.
I would, well, I'd hate to do it, you
I
know.
don't want to do it to Fred, he's a good guy.
He is, isn't
Yeah,
he? He's a bit of a
worked hard.
chump.
Worked
Whereas,
hard.
whereas Barney, to be honest, I don't think
Yeah.
he deserves Betty.
Do they both work in the quarry? Because, I mean, let's be honest, Fred, not a smart man. I mean, he obviously didn't come out of rock school with anything other than a couple of basic O-levels.
I know, but he's a hard-working, sound sort of
But they
guy.
got a big house, they got like a TV, they got that bird thing.
Yeah.
They
I mean,
got-
be honest, if I was Fred, I would be a little bit disappointed that my kid does nothing, whereas Barney's can lift up sort of tall buildings. Bam, bam. He's a
Yeah,
very
yeah.
strong, you know.
I mean, interestingly, Fred loves his job. He's always yabba dabba doing at the end of the day.
He does
And he spent the whole
yabba-dabba.
day lifting rocks from one place to
I'll
another.
tell you what, I wouldn't take that from that cat, though.
I would.
If a cat picked me up by the scruff neck and put me out,
Yeah.
right, on the doorstep, I'd
right.
go mental, I'd get rid of it.
I'd get
It is a
rid
saber-toothed tiger, though, Carl, so it could rip him to shreds. It's not like a normal domestic cat you have nowadays.
You know when they go to the drive-in at the beginning?
Yeah.
And they order, maybe some ribs.
Yeah, that
The woman
huge-
brings that huge rib, and it tips the car over.
Yeah.
Was that her first day on the job? Because
it's
I've
got-
never been ordered before.
Yeah, I always
you'd have
thought-
thought she'd have realised.
Or, yeah, we're out of pig, we've got Brontosaurus rib. And he
Exactly.
goes, won't that knock the car over?
No, it won't.
I don't know.
Rick, can I tell you now, that was an accident waiting to happen.
It was really, wasn't it? Yeah.
And it did.
Oh, dear. Mind you, I went to Texas once, and I had some ribs, and it was like the Flintstones, it was huge. And not only did it look too much like an animal that I couldn't actually eat it, I don't know who could eat it. I mean, seriously, it was 2 foot long.
Yeah.
And all the it was like half a rib cage. And I
It is
just,
incredible. My friends lived in Texas for a while, and they once were in a kind of diner, and there was you know those kind of benches that are attached to the table
yeah.
itself, like a kind of picnic bench.
Yeah.
And this huge fat guy came in, he came wobbling, he ordered like this kind of everything you can eat meal, and his fat kind of sort of, you know, kind of
his big
wrapped
fatty
itself-
fatness fatted on the fat table,
It,
yeah.
it wrapped itself around the table and everything.
Oh,
He was
God.
chowing down, and when he tried to leave, the table came up with him.
Oh no!
Imagine that!
I mean, they are fat, aren't they?
They're big people.
They're huge people. But it was that thing we were talking about before, that bloke on Jerry Springer's show who was like 80 stone, right? Now, I felt quite sorry for him. He was really sad and he was crying. It is rad, but my point is this, right? When he got to say 50 stones,
Sure.
didn't he go, that's too much,
That's
isn't
not
it,
enough.
for a land animal?
Exactly.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's big, isn't it? I mean, I'm getting worried. I'm 13 stone, and I am genuinely getting worried. I'm thinking, oh,
Yeah,
God.
when you've got that big, when you've actually got your own mare,
yeah. When you
It's time.
when you have to get in helpers to look what the scale says.
Yeah.
Like 4 or 5 people lift up your belly and go, it's 52 stone. You go, that's too much.
Exactly.
That's too. I'm going to only have 9 breakfasts
when you actually,
today.
when you begin to appear on the Ordnance Survey map,
yeah, exactly, yeah. When
You've
you
got your
can
own symbol.
It's like, we can see 2 things from space now, Fatty and Steve Merchant. We'll be landing
All right,
at about,
well done.
well no, I'm just
Having
saying,
a
at
go,
all, you're
no?
not fat, are you? You're freakish and big.
just another
Go
quick
on.
thought. Someone's mentioned Daphne from Scooby-Doo, and
Yeah.
but I've always had a soft spot for Velma.
Velma.
Because Velma's
Oh
in all the
no.
glasses. I mean, I'd have
She's
had my-
clever.
Can I tell you what would have happened if I was in that environment? I was maybe on the...
Your glasses would have got tangled
No,
up.
I'd have always had I'd always been making a play for Daphne, right? And Velma would have fancied me, but I
Yeah.
kind of always ignored it because I was playing for Daphne. And then when I finally realised it was never going to happen with Daphne, I'd have blown it with Velma. That's
Maybe
the story
not
of my
though.
life.
Maybe not. Maybe not. Sometimes those, you know, they might, you know, appreciate honesty. Go, listen, I've been hitting on the good-looking one.
Yeah.
Oi, Four Eyes.
Yeah.
Do you fancy it, Chubbs?
Exactly.
Something like that.
Just being honest is what you're saying.
Well, yeah.
I'm wondering, I don't mean to be libelous, but Velma, she was quite short, the glasses, the short hair.
Lesbian?
Hung around with the dog and
Lesbian?
the bloke. I'm beginning to wonder if she
Yeah.
was, maybe.
I was like, see, unfortunately, I said lesbian there, and you still carried on with your assessment of what it is to be a lesbian. It's bad enough doing the cliches of having short hair, but you said the dog.
Yeah, well she hangs around with a dog.
Do lesbians do that?
Well, have you seen some lesbians? They're right dogs. Good night. You see what I've done there? You know what I've done there, Rick? Comedy award winning.
Professional. I was having a cup of tea. 100 Reasons there on XFM 104.9, just gone half 2.
Ricky Gervais.
Yeah, with Steve Merchant.
Hi.
Alright?
Rick, we've got a couple of emails in here, and they're saying they enjoyed your performance over the Christmas period on a programme called 100 Greatest TV Moments.
Yeah.
Did you do an interview or something? What was the deal? I didn't see this.
Yeah, the Office was in there, wasn't it? And I was
Right.
interviewed for it.
But what are they talking about? They enjoyed your performance. Come on, tell me
You
what
know,
it
do you?
No, I don't.
It's the thing that I did on Razzmatazz.
Oh, is this where they found a clip or something?
Yeah. No, alright, I was in a band, and we had one single out or something, and I did one TV appearance when I was about, oh god, and they showed a bit of it, about 7 seconds, me on Razzmatazz. Oh god.
Razzmatazz, for those that don't remember, was like a kind of, I suppose, what was it, like a kind of CD UK of its time?
Yeah, exactly, yeah. And, oh god. And it was of the time, sort of new romantic. And
they showed a clip of this?
I looked about 10 and about 5 stone with hair and makeup and girly clothes. My sister actually said I look like Posh Spice.
Brilliant.
There's a funny story about that, right? Because we were rushed and we had to do this thing, and oh god, and we were meant to take a flight to Newcastle. And
where were you travelling from? London?
Yeah, but we got there and we didn't have tickets, we were told to be there, but the A&R man overslept. Right, the record company overslept, and it was terrible, and we were fretting, and eventually it was too late to get the plane, we missed the plane, we had to get a train, and it was really kind of fine. They were back and forth, they're going, yeah, if they come now, we can still do it, we're going to miss it, and this was like a big promotional thing. And we got there, and they went, oh, God, right? And I had this sort of like jumpsuit I was wearing that I'd cut off, put that on backwards.
A jumpsuit?
Yeah,
brilliant.
I know,
Is this what was
bad.
on the clip?
Yeah, I had that on back to front, and there was no time, and I think I even mimed wrong at one point, and it was awful. But the funny story is this, that when we were there, we didn't have our tickets.
This was at the airport?
We bumped into Bucks Fizz. the guys and girls from Bucks Fizz and their manager, so there's like 5 of them, right? And there's 2 of us, and they had 5 tickets. And Bucks Fizz tried to smuggle us through. And so they went through the things, right? And they went, tickets please. And he just waved 5 tickets that he had, like that, goes, this is us, right? And they went, well, can I have a look at them? And they went, there's only 5 here. And they just looked at us and went, sorry lads, we tried. We were nearly smuggled through.
By Bobby. Carol.
They couldn't even with their powers, they were the height of their powers.
That was like make-believe time.
They'd already done making your mind up. I thought if anyone can get us through customs check, it was the Fizz. But even the Fizz
what I like
could
though,
not
that
get us
reassures
through.
me, I have to say, about kind of airplane travel. You
Yeah.
know, in these kind of troubled times, it's
Yeah.
nice to know that
What's
even
it?
someone like Bucks Fizz
Yeah.
couldn't get, smuggle someone through.
That's good, because even, the top security man went, hold on, there's 5 in the Fizz, there's 5 tickets, those 2 lads are not going through.
Exactly.
Yeah, that makes you more secure about air travel now.
Well, it's lovely if I'm in America, and I see 5-star,
Yeah.
trying to get through customs.
With 2 other lads.
Exactly. I think, wait a minute, what's going on there?
Yeah.
Wait a minute, security guy stopped him, it's fine.
It's fine, yeah.
There's only 5 in 5-star.
Oh.
It's lovely to know that.
Yeah.
I love the fact, and did you know the Fizz previous? Was this
course
your first
not.
run-in with the Fizz?
No, they were doing the Taz, same as us, they were doing the old Raz, same as us.
Did you recognise the Fizz and go, oh my god, that's the Fizz, let's try and sneak in with them, or did they recognise you? How did it work?
They wouldn't have recognised us.
Exactly, that's what I'm thinking. I love the audacity of going up to Bucks Fizz and saying, try and smuggle us in. You try and break aviation law for us.
Now, now it's time to make your mind up. We're going to the land of make-believe. I did that and they laughed, they went, brilliant.
Yeah.
We'll get you through, lads.
Yeah.
Just stay tight. I was actually on top of Bobby's shoulders in a long coat.
Lovely.
Yeah, but Bill...
Well, seriously though, I don't understand what their plan was.
Like they would have gone, through.
It's the Fizz, let them through.
Yeah.
Don't bother checking the
It's like, wasn't even answering, we couldn't even get to Newcastle.
Do you think it was wearing your jumpsuit backwards that sort of gave it away?
Well, no, but see, I didn't have it on then. I was just in civvies. I just had jeans and a t-shirt then. I didn't even have my hair gelled. I was just like cash.
I saw it. I thought it looked alright.
Did you?
Did you?
Well, I mean, for
Then
In
you.
a tight jumpsuit.
Yeah.
cheekbones.
Brilliant.
Yeah. I had some cheekbones. Yeah. That was the.
If anyone else saw it, or maybe they taped it and they've got a
leave
clip,
it now.
because I'd love to see it. I missed it.
Well, I'll get you one.
If you have it, put it. I'll tell you what. Why not create a website? And put that clip on there on a constant loop, and then send the address in, and I'll give it out, and people can check it out for themselves.
Yeah, brilliant.
Is that okay?
Yeah.
Cool.
I'll have to lose weight now.
Yeah.
That film.
Oh, now we come to the feature. We're carrying this over 2002 because it was such a great success.
Everyone's talking about it.
Do you remember I stopped my film reviews because I'm only doing films I like, and I've done all the films I like. That's where other film reviewers fail.
Sure.
Because they review substandard films.
Exactly.
My average is still 9.5 out of 10.
Yeah.
And no one's beaten that. Not Barry Norman, not Jonathan Ross. No one's got an average of 9.5 out of 10 for the films they reviewed. So I'm keeping it there. I don't want to drop my standards. However, that film sounds good. This is where I pick a classic track from a film that I might not have seen, right? But I like the song, I might go and see the film. This is, Almost Famous.
The film was Almost Famous.
I haven't seen it, right? But a song, now don't panic, listen without prejudice, this is Elton John, but it's when he was good, okay? When he was a bright, funky, young, Brit glam star. Wonderful song, wonderful tune, wonderful lyrics. It's Tiny Dancer. Love Burns, Black Rebel Motorcycle Club there, Steve, what's about it?
That's it, isn't it?
We've had some laughs, haven't we?
We've learned as well, we've been educated as ever.
Yeah, past ears, all that.
We've got baguette information.
We've had features such as, that film sounds good.
Exactly.
Song
that I like.
Song for the lovers, Song for the ladies.
Song for the ladies coming up very shortly. Rick, I was lucky enough this week to go to a exclusive press preview of Britney Spears' forthcoming movie, Crisscross, or Crossroads. Crossroads, I think it's called.
Yeah.
It's not related to the popular TV show.
Right.
Rick, I'm assuming you'd love me to do a little review of it now. I can't, because it's embargoed until March. I can only talk about it in March.
No,
otherwise the press people will go crazy.
No, I wouldn't want you to.
Well, no, I imagine you want to know all about Crossroads.
Not really.
Because I cannot tell you anything.
Well, don't then, I mean, just...
Well, you can ask me questions, you can pump me for information, I cannot tell you anything about it until March.
I would pump you for no reason ever.
No, but Rick...
Certainly not for information.
Carl, doesn't matter what you ask me about Britney Spears' Crossroads, I cannot tell you anything about it.
Alright.
Okay?
Okay.
But seriously, if you want to know the plot or what I think of it, I cannot discuss it. Okay? And if the listeners want to email in questions, they can. I cannot reply until March. So hang on for that. I've seen the film already. I've already seen the film myself in advance of everyone else. I can't tell anyone about it.
Right.
Until March. That's the kind of exclusive.
I'll tell you what though, maybe I'll review it in March.
No, you can't.
Why?
Because you haven't seen it and I have.
Yeah.
But if you want to ask me a question now about it.
Well, that's you in March.
Yeah, but if you wanted to know now, you couldn't know. I wouldn't be able to tell you.
Right, Song for the lovers.
Yeah.
Ladies,
anyway,
sorry.
Song for the ladies this week. I was lucky enough to get given as a Christmas gift the Rolling Stones complete singles collection.
Good present. Good present.
It's an absolute joy. And I'd forgotten how brilliant Wild Horses.
Oh, great
is,
track.
From the Stones. So I thought I'd play that this week for the ladies. Let's leave them with that.
Jagger and Richards at their best.
Beautiful.
Watts is in on it. If I know Wattsy. I mean, Wyman was still there those days.
See you next time.
Bye. We don't know.
Yeah.
We hide.
The problem with me is it's like when you multiply anything with naught.
To the power of
exactly.
Well,
nothing ever happens.
Yeah, okay, shame.
And I'm a fat little ugly fella like Reg Varney.
Well, there are lots of people there that you don't like, and you sort of, you could go up to afterwards and almost like metaphorically flip the bird.
What's that mean?
Last week, flip the bird.
You dirty. No.
Middle finger.
And see, I married Steve Single.
No, what are you talking about? Well, there are lots of people there.
I thought it was a euphemism.
Who you haven't got on with in the past, and then they're all been really nice to you. What I'm talking about.
We get on with everyone, don't we?
Oh,
what does flip the bird mean? What does flip the bird
means? You got that hipster thing.
The finger. It means giving the finger.
Yeah, but I thought there was a dirty metaphor.
No.
You're always thinking this.
Don't bring me down to your level till at least 5 minutes. All right. Coming up after the break, we've got Steve and Ricky and lovely Claire. We're driving their desk. Right, Claire?
Hello.
Don't bend over like that, Claire. Put a longer top on or something. You're up, boys. You're very studious there.
We are. We're working hard on the
Just
show.
working out what we're going to play. And what order.
I love the way you even live the pretense.
What about some Foo Fighters mixed with the Strokes, Ricky?
I wouldn't mind a bit of Strokes or New Order. What should we kick in with?
Undecided yet, Rick. Probably got some ads to help us decide.
That dilemma will be revealed in just under 4 minutes. Stick around.
Merry Christmas, Dermot.
New Order and Crystal on XFM 104.9. Now listen, it's Ricky Gervais, obviously.
With Steve Merchant.
Yeah,
Hi.
yeah.
Well, they like to know. They like to know if I'm here.
They don't like to know.
The fans do.
Yeah. Now that was one of my favourite singles of the year.
Yeah, it's a good song.
And that's what we're going to be doing in this programme.
We are going to be playing some of our favourite songs from the year, Rick. That's absolutely true.
We're also going to be playing some songs that maybe we don't like.
Exactly.
Just for the hell of it.
Yeah, because we're crazy guys.
Yeah.
We never know what's going to happen next.
No, we don't.
Guess who's pressing the
We
buttons, Rick?
genuinely don't.
Well, you know who's pressing the buttons. You can see her, but
That's
the
why
audience
we don't know what's going to happen next.
It's Sturgis.
We've got Sturgis in.
Claire Sturgis. XFM's Claire Sturgis.
Yeah.
She stayed off it for just a day.
She's not. No, she's just.
She's clean for a day.
You're on methadone or what? You on?
No, I'm clean now.
You can actually clean. Yeah, well done.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well done.
Well done. Congratulations.
Well done.
Yeah.
That's
For
great,
clean
yeah.
for Christmas.
Oh,
That's beautiful.
You're still thieving though, aren't you?
Still thieving.
Just
Can't lose the thieving.
But at least the money now goes on like 40 Benson as opposed to a little £5 starter pack.
That's lovely. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's sweet.
Right, okay.
It's nice to see a little
Nice,
little
yeah.
miracle for Christmas, Rick. It's beautiful.
Lovely, yeah.
Yeah, I'm already in the Christmas mood. Are you in the Christmas mood?
The thing is, right, what she's still got left over from it, and these are the scars and the reminders of your smackhead thieving days. Are those little homemade tattoos on her face?
Exactly.
That
Exactly.
She did with a pin.
Yeah, she looks like Seal.
And some quink.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Oh, but no, Merry Christmas to you, Claire.
Yeah. Merry Christmas.
Thank you, Merry
It's
Christmas.
great.
You're still living in the projects.
Yeah, it is one of those little
She's still
miracles.
keeping it real.
She's
It's
like
wonderful.
little tiny Tim.
I tell you what, she's a bit like Jesus Christ.
In a way, yeah.
In a
That's
way.
blasphemous. Please play a record player.
Linkin Park and one of their songs. Gervais, quick, come on, mate. He's coming back from the kitchen with a couple of cups of tea. It's like he's won an award. He doesn't care now. I'll turn up if I want to. Maybe we should do a twin spin, Sturgis.
Do you want another
Yeah,
record?
play something,
Okay.
play something.
Here you are then.
Paul Weller. The changing man. The mod father.
That's true enough.
As they call him.
Absolutely.
See, now, you told the listeners that I was just too big to be here because I'd won some award.
Yes.
I was actually making the tea for all of us, wasn't I?
It's awful, this tea.
That's not the point. I shouldn't be making tea, a man in my position. And yeah,
You're
it is-
right, you shouldn't be making teas. It's awful. How do you actually go about the tea? You understand how a cup of tea is made?
But
you've got to put a tea bag in there.
No, but this is weird, right? Because I actually can't make a good cup of tea or coffee, and it's strange. It must be something metaphysical. I put all the right ingredients in, just like everyone else does, and I boil the kettle and everything. But people do go that. This
Can I
is
tell you where
rubbish.
you're going wrong?
Go on.
Laziness.
Why?
Because you literally don't leave the tea bag in long enough. You literally dunk it in there and throw it away.
I was trying to get back in time because
No,
I got a
you were.
show.
I saw you talking with Dermot O'Diddley, so don't give me that. And I've been round to your house before. There's been times, Sturgis, when I've tasted the tea and it tastes like washing up liquid. And I've said, what happened? And he went, there were some bubbles in there, yeah. Well, could you not have rinsed it out with some water first?
Well, yeah, but I resent having to make tea.
Yeah, but don't teach me a lesson. Don't offer someone a cup of tea and then think, I'll teach them a lesson. They won't be asking for tea again.
When it usually works. But, yeah.
I've had to go and get an extra tea bag and dunk it in here. It's ludicrous.
I know. It's mad, isn't
It's
it?
pathetic. Anyway, it's Christmas. Let's not disrespect
Let's
each other.
not-
Let's
no.
be cheery.
Yeah.
Can I tell Sturgis what you got your family for Christmas last year? I just remembered when I was outside.
Please.
It was a joy because Gervais is a generous man, and he's a thoughtful man, and he's got a lot of brothers and sisters and a lot of nephews and nieces and stuff.
Well, I've got about 20 people to
Yeah,
get
you've got
presents
no
for.
exactly. So it's it's a tricky business. That's why I think you got him £200 worth of lottery scratch cards.
I had about a minute. I was getting a lift down to Reading, and it was my mate Jimmy, and I went, hold on, I just got to get the presents, and I ran into the 7-Eleven opposite me and got £200 worth of scratch cards.
That's amazing. It's such a working class Jippo gift, isn't it?
But did any of them work? Anyone win anything?
Yeah. I mean, some people were down. That was a present. Hard luck. That's the risk you take when you accept this present. Some people were up £70,
Well,
so they had a great Christmas.
Let's bear in mind that there's like some children who are like 7 or 8, scratching off scratch cards. They got to be 18 to claim them. And just the rest of your family sort of, I can imagine, just wrestling them off. You can't claim it anyway. It's not off.
No, have I won? No. No, you haven't, no.
But
it's
I've got 3
It's
dumbbells.
3 the same. You don't get anything for that. Not in this game. Unlucky.
Are you going to do that again this year?
Maybe, yeah. Mercury Rev, The Dark is Rising. That sounds a bit like a tribute to Neil Young.
Beautiful, I thought it was wonderful.
It was
song.
lovely,
Yeah,
lovely.
no, they're great, Mercury Rev.
We're going to play some lovely records
Oh, there'll be
today.
some beautiful songs today, Rick.
Steve. Alright?
That's true. What did you call me then?
Steve.
Did you call me something else before? I didn't hear. I thought maybe you
No.
called me, I don't know, Jonathan or something. No, I don't know. I didn't hear. I got paranoid. Christmas. We were talking about Christmas.
Yeah.
Gifts. What's wrong now?
I don't know what that meant.
What?
Were you having a go at me because I went on Jonathan Ross show?
No. I thought you'd said something. You'd said my name by mistake. You'd said someone else's name when you were talking to me.
Oh, right.
But I didn't hear that. So when I heard you just go
Okay.
Steve, I thought you were correcting a mistake you hadn't made.
No.
Exactly.
No. Oh, okay.
You
Alright.
see? Blunder.
What did you call me?
Fatty.
Good. Right. We're talking about Christmas,
Yes.
Well, it is
because it's just the
Christmas,
fact that
it's the right time of year to talk about it, to be honest. It's topical. So let's carry on. Go on, shoot.
Well, I just wondered if your Christmas gift buying had always been as thoughtful as it is Recent years.
Oh, well, no, that was actually, even though it was thought pretty lazy and thoughtless, it was quite generous in a sense, financially. But I remember, oh God. Now, even though I sort of come from a working class family, my dad was, a labourer, and my mum was like a housewife, but I was spoiled at Christmas. I didn't have like pocket money or gifts and that, but, she'd get out of a catalogue and pay for it for the rest of the year, so I did have great presents.
Yeah.
And because I had older brothers and sisters, they were earning, so I had good presents. And it was okay for me to, give them nothing or do a card or something rubbish. But then, I remember one year when I just suddenly realised I was too old to be doing this. It was like, in Jaws, when it pulls focus.
Yeah,
and you go, oh my God. And I just realised that's the worst present you've ever... I think it was about 12 or 13. And I remember it now. My sister had got me a Cat Stevens album.
Great.
I think a Birdhouse, and like a quiz book or something. And it was my turn to give her a present. And it was a bottle of shampoo that I'd found in the bathroom and wrapped up. It's a big jumbo, one of those Tesco's,
Had it not already been used?
No, I don't think so. Mum had bought it,
You just topped it up with water, wrapped it up?
I just gave it to her and she went, oh, thanks. I thought, oh, God, that's rubbish.
That's really bad.
It's rubbish, isn't it?
That's really bad.
I know, yeah.
I remember one year, I really wanted a Scalextric. I was going, I want Scalextric. And my mum was going, no, you'll just get bored of it. I know what you're like. You'll get bored of it and we'll have spent all that money and you'll be bored. I was going, no, I won't. I love it. I'll play with it forever. And, and she was going, no, you won't. And I was going, I will. I love it. And so she bought me Scalextrics and I unwrapped it. And I was using it. I was bored instantly. Yeah. But I didn't tell her. I pretended I loved it. And I'd always be playing it monotonously, hating it.
I know.
But I'm loving this, Mum. It's actually brilliant. You were wrong. You were so wrong. I'm loving it.
I know. Things with Scalextrics, I think it was great at the time, but, I think it was an XFM party, actually, years ago when they got Scalextrics, and, like, loads of us think, oh yeah, I used to love it. Rubbish.
Yeah, really rubbish.
It's tiny, it's about 2 foot long. Yeah. You go, put it back on, Dave. Yeah. There
exactly.
You go. Can you put it back on?
Exactly. But you want it to at least kind of change into a robot, or kind of come off and just drive round the course.
These days it's all virtual, Steve.
That's true enough.
In your mind.
Well, we all take a pill, don't we, Rick? And then we're in some kind of fantasy world.
I am Ayrton Senna for a little while.
What about those bloody computer games? No one's reading a book anymore, are they?
What's a tree? Download. Well, I'll tell you what. I'm gonna play a song now. I think I've dissed U2 for about 15 years, but I got them wrong, and I'm gonna play a lovely track off, the latest album. It's the last track on the album, Ground Beneath Her Feet. It's from, All You Can't Leave Behind.
Beautiful
song. And, I think it's one of their greatest works. Live Forever, Oasis. Still good, that one.
It is very good.
That's 1993, 94.
It's mad, isn't it?
Long time ago, eh?
Crazy.
Cool. All those years ago, when they were setting out, they were great, and
yeah, before they became embarrassing.
Well, they can still come back.
They could still come back.
Their last album's not as good as their first 1 and 2, and, but, who knows, Steve?
Well, exactly.
Yeah.
It's been a good year for hip-hop, Rick. Can I surprise you? I've gone off hip-hop of recent years, but I've been charmed this year by Bubba Sparks' album. I thought it was fun. I think De La Soul had an album this year, which I enjoyed.
They did.
That was good, very good. I didn't mind the Jay-Z album.
See, I liked a couple of tracks.
Yeah, it's alright on there. I actually quite liked. There's a new Outkast compilation that I don't know if it's out yet, or maybe it's just going to come out.
I was disappointed by the album. I bought it on the.
Well, Rick, can I surprise you? There's a new little compilation.
I like the little owl. I like the owl and the cat and the dog.
The new little compilation, Rick, has lots of tracks from their previous albums and other singles, and it's a good little dynamite buy. Maybe something for the new year in the sales.
Just going to make a note of that. I'm going to buy that on the way home.
Do it. But the album that I was particularly charmed by, Princess Superstar Is. Well, now a lot of people have been dismissing her as a bit of a novelty, sort of rapper.
They said the same about Timmy Mallet, so don't listen to them. Don't listen to them!
That's what I'm saying. So, another track we played a while back, Untouchable Part 2, which was dynamite. Yep. And this is another track, I think this was a single. It's called, Bad Babysitter. She raps very quickly, but listen carefully, because the lyrics are fun.
And slow it down a little bit, Claire. Tell us about it, Steve.
From the album Princess Superstar Is, Princess Superstar and Bad Babysitter. Did you enjoy it, Rick?
Yeah, I did.
Good.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
That's 2 out of 2 from that album I've liked.
Yeah, exactly.
I think I'll go and buy the album on the way home.
Do it, make another note of that, Rick. You've got Outkast to buy, which has not actually been released yet, but I'm sure you can pull some strings.
I'll get someone onto that. Good. Okay, XFM 104.9, it's the Ricky Gervais Show.
Absolutely.
Can I stop you there?
Go on.
With Steve Merchant.
Thanks very much.
No worries, yeah. Cheers. We're talking about presents here. I just remembered something else I had. I was just into science from like the age of like 5, 6 to about, 18, 19. I'm still into it, but, I studied it and I absolutely loved it. And I got a microscope set when I was about, I suppose, 10 or 11, and, just looking at butterfly wings and just anything under there, like 300 times. Thought this was amazing, right? And in it came these little shrimp eggs, and you could look at them, and then you could breed them. You had to put them in a salt water solution, and then keep them at a certain temperature, and they'd think, oh, and a nice little beach, and they'd come out.
Yeah.
What I did, speed up the process a little bit. Popped it on the electric fire, right? We had one of those fake plastic coal things with one of those little metal things that turned round from the heat and made it look like flames. It didn't. No. I'll be honest, it didn't.
Because who the hell was fooled?
Yeah.
Coming and go, you got a lovely roaring fire there.
Yeah. The flames were encased behind that plastic coal.
Exactly.
But I love it. Popped them on there, left them there for a little while, bit too hot, came back, just melted, really. Just dry, and the thing was sort of slightly warped. So, them shrimps did not see the light of day.
Once again, your laziness and sinfulness I got to speed up the experiment.
Absolutely.
Come on. I can advance nature.
Yeah,
Come
exactly.
on.
Yeah.
Do you stand in front of a microwave just going, come on,
yeah.
A minute and a half for soup?
It's ridiculous, isn't it? Yeah.
That's majestic.
Yeah, but I learnt my lesson.
Yeah.
Now I make sure the shrimps are the right temperature.
Exactly.
That's terrible.
You reminded me of something I was going to say then, but I can't remember. I've embarrassed myself live on air.
Yeah.
Should have kept that quiet. No one would have known. No one was there thinking, I wish Steve would say something now. It's crazy.
What was
I
Steve going to say?
A story.
Yeah.
Oh, I know what it was. It was about you said about the sort of the fire and that idea of kind of buying it's like when people buy a fake Rolex watch.
Yeah.
And they tell people it's fake. Utter waste of time.
Yeah.
Why you told me that? It's like, what? I'm getting one over on the Rolex people.
But you're right on that side. But the point is, why buy a fake Rolex watch? I mean, why buy a Rolex watch? I think they're very expensive.
Good. They look nice.
Yeah.
And but it's a transparent display of wealth. But it's when there's like a builder who you know's on like £5 an hour wearing a Rolex.
You're joking, aren't you, Steve? Hod carriers can get upward of £550 a day. So you've embarrassed yourself.
I don't know anything. It seems like I don't know anything about the building industry anymore.
Unbelievable.
Do you know once my friend showed off this watch that he bought, and a guy had sort of dodgy bloke had sold it to him on the street.
Yeah.
And he'd been up in London, and some guy on Oxford Street had sold him this watch, and it looked really good, and it worked fine for years, and it just looked class, and I thought, wow, that's brilliant. And I came to London for something, and I walked up and down Oxford Street for 2.5 hours trying to get sold a dodgy watch. And I'd be going up to people like selling lighters, going, yeah, not interested in lighters. Got any watches?
Yeah.
I go, no, I haven't got any watches. Go down to the perfume guy, and I go down to the perfume guy. You, any watches?
I love the idea that they saw you go, no, like the watch, and they go, no.
I know.
Why? It's a bad advertisement, mate. If people see you walking around with this, it's not good for trade. What? How dare you? Send me one of those stolen watches. Can't do it, mate. More than my job's worth. Tim Benson. Black Snow. That's a great tune.
Good song, isn't it?
I love it. It's sort of like punky, but it's got more in common with stuff like Steppenwolf and
My
Bad
only worry
Company.
is that, are they like sort of 18-year-olds who, like Gomez, are trying to sound like they've kind of had a rough, hard-living life?
No.
They are old 40-somethings.
Well, no, they're not. They're sort of, but they're dirty.
Yeah, good. Do you notice that Steve Taylor, the man with the knowledge, just popped in there to bid us Merry Christmas?
Yeah.
And I noticed, Claire, you said something like, has he got another kid, did you say?
Yeah.
How many children has he got?
I think he's got the 2 now. Yeah.
Clearly, he has got the knowledge, hasn't he, in every sense?
Yeah.
I imagine he's a great lover.
Hey, well, he knows.
I imagine he's got wonderful fingers.
He knows what buttons.
Magic fingers.
Well, he's actually got little toady hands. Right. But he uses a lot of utensils.
Yes, yeah.
He's invented all these little things that go with one,
Exactly.
and it just, it's over very quickly, so we can get on with learning.
Pleasure gloves.
Yeah, because even when he's making love, there's a stack of trivia books.
Exactly. So, well, he
he's-
can tell you about kind of great shags of the past.
Yeah. Oh, he's heard. Here he comes.
Yeah, here he comes.
Oh, look, I love him because you don't know this, listeners, but he looks like Penfold of the Danger
he's a
Mouse.
beautiful man.
He does.
It hasn't stopped him breeding.
Yeah. It's not. You don't usually call
Taylor,
it.
the
You
man
usually
with
call
the
it breeding when it's humans.
Steve Taylor, the man with the knowledge.
Come in. Hey, all right.
Christmas to
It's
you.
like Steve Wright and his posse. All right, Merry Christmas.
Hi.
Hi. Are you?
So
a great,
tell us, are you a great ladies man? Were you a great ladies man before you were married?
Not something I talk about. I'm married now.
because he's sort of like got a little shaved head and he's got a beard and it's exactly the same colour, sort of ginger hair. He looks like a tennis ball. It's just hair, exactly the same length, all over his face. And
no reason for me to come in was that abuse was happening without me here.
Yeah, I know.
And now I've come in, you just continue.
But say hello, so it's with your blessing him. I think we're nice. Say Merry Christmas.
Hi, Merry Christmas, all listeners.
See, you're on at 5 o'clock, aren't you?
Yeah.
Right, I'm going to make a note of that.
Make
When
a
I
note of
bought
that,
those
yeah.
2 albums, I'm going to listen to Steve Taylor, The Man with the Knowledge, on at 5 o'clock on XFM.
Isn't it incredible? Because he's been in since 11 o'clock this morning, just compiling information for every record he'll be playing.
Yeah.
The show's only 20 minutes long.
But you know, with him, it's because he's got to offload it.
Yeah.
He's got to talk about it all the time because it's only, you know, he's got a huge brain and it's it's going
Throbbing, yeah.
all
What are you
information.
playing next, Claire?
You bored? Sorry, were
tell
we
us-
boring you two?
Oh, is this that list? Isn't that cute?
Yeah.
So can you tell us about Star Sailor? What do you know about some interesting facts about Star
Come on,
Sailor?
into the microphone, into the micropole that goes down the loudy box and out to the radiograph in the homes all around England. They're rubbish. Thank you.
Steve Taylor, controversial view. Still, he has bred people.
Hives. Before that, Star Sailor. It's been a bit of a punk sort of show, this, isn't it?
It
And so
has,
in
and I
general,
enjoyed it.
in year, you know, the whole year's been a little bit of a. I blame the Strokes, but you see, I enjoyed punk. You were too young and don't care for it,
But I have to say that if punk the first time round was as exciting as I found it this year, then I've missed out because I've really enjoyed it. Really.
So I want to go home and play all things like X-ray specs and you know things like that now.
Are they as kind of melodic though as things like the Strokes and White Stripes and so on? Are they kind of tuneful? Because the White Stripes.
In fact,
guitarist
I've
is an
picked on a very
absolute-
bad example because they were sort of like pop punk, and Polystyrene was almost. She wasn't a joke, but they had saxophones and stuff, so
Right.
it's just not as probably a bad example of early. I mean, the Sex Pistols summed it all up. you know.
Yeah, sure.
But well, we enjoyed that, don't we?
No, we did. I have to say though, although there has been a nice bit of sort of punky sound this year, for me it's been very much a year for the geeks. And you'd have thought I'd have enjoyed
Well,
that.
that's
but
new
actually,
metal, though, isn't
Well,
it?
it is the new
There's sort
metal.
of these people just in their bedroom playing sort of computer games and
I can't
loving
believe that
Limp
new metal has
Bizkit.
taken over the world. It's
It's
just
mad, isn't it?
incredible.
It's absolutely huge.
Suddenly, Linkin Park and.
But see, I don't mind things like, you know, Marilyn Manson, because they're having a go, they're having a bit of a laugh, and, you know, but I just.
But it always
so,
seemed so perennially uncool to me when I was younger. Anyone who was into that kind of music, I just thought, loser. And that's
And
talking about
coming
the
from you,
kettle calling the pot black.
Yeah, imagine that.
But it's the year of the geeks, not just because of new metal, but also because of just these fantasy films with the Harry Potter
I know.
stuff, and now Lord of the Rings. It's like everyone's obsessed.
Now it's
with
cool to
fantasy
play
stuff.
Dungeons and
I
Dragons.
know, I can't get over it. I'm stunned.
It's scary, isn't it?
Because
It's
I was never into that rubbish.
No,
I've always thought
definitely
it's like.
Yeah.
It's like people who are still obsessed with Harry Potter. They go, I'm rereading Harry Potter for the 3rd time. And I think, listen, I haven't read it. Okay, I'm sure it's very good. But you're rereading it for the 3rd time. There are books out there written by adults for adults
Yeah.
with like sex and other exciting things.
Yeah.
And it's Harry Potter, oh yeah, I'll just read, like in case you missed something the first time round.
But maybe they're learning the spells.
I'm stunned by it. I mean, have you read it all, Claire? Are you all up on this?
What, Harry Potter?
and
I
all
actually went out and bought the first Harry Potter book and lost interest halfway through because there was no sex in it.
No,
so
exactly.
Couldn't be
It's like
bothered.
why I never go to see any Disney films. There's never the prospect of any nudity. If
Right.
there's no chance of
See,
nudity.
I think you're actually buying the wrong books.
Right.
What you want to buy, Steve, is a pornographic magazine.
Tell me more.
Wow. In there, you see, what you get,
Ladies. Other ladies.
sometimes ladies,
Nudie ladies.
sometimes ladies, Stereophonics, and the theme tune to BBC Two's The Office, Handbags and Glad Rags.
Absolutely.
So I think we should be playing Christmas songs as well, though. Because
know
Christmas
if
War
I
is
like
over. A great.
Is it really?
What?
The theme tune to The Office?
I think it meant is war really over? It is. Thanks, John.
Yeah.
It is. Yeah. Yeah, it is. Yeah. That's there. To be fair, Rod Stewart did it first.
Yeah. And then we don't use the Stereophonics version.
Oh,
No,
right,
or the Rod Stewart version.
Thank you.
Too expensive.
Exactly. Costs a
See,
fortune.
had to re-record it.
Yep. Or little known facts.
Yeah.
You should
yeah.
save that for the DVD.
Or Steve Taylor would have blown it anyway.
Yeah, exactly.
Wouldn't he? To come on with the knowledge and told
Yeah.
him everything.
I was thinking
Fairy
actually,
Town, New York.
beautiful song. No, it
Can
is
we-
a great
can we
song.
find
It'd be
that?
nice to try and dig it. I'm sure everyone's playing it at the moment.
Yeah, that's
On
where.
the-
Yeah. Let's
But
not
I mean, we
play it.
should. It's good. No, it is
Let's play "Simply Having a Wonderful Christmas Time" by
Can
Paul
we play
McCartney.
Driving Home for Christmas, Chris Rea?
Oh, he is. There's a lyric in that goes, I look at, he's in the car driving on Christmas, and he looks over at the other bloke in the other car, he goes, he's just the same as me.
Yeah, I was thinking that.
He's just the same as me.
Oh, Driving
Yeah.
Home for
Is he
Christmas.
saying he's copied him? He's like, well, oi,
Yeah.
what are you wearing? That's the same as me, that is.
What do you get your missus? The same, is
Are
it?
you? Who are you a stalker? I'm Chris Rea.
Hello.
Yeah. He's going back to Newcastle.
Exactly.
Are they talking it?
Is that where he's from?
Yeah. Is it Middlesbrough or Newcastle or
Do you remember when Rea made a film?
Cleveland? Go on.
Chris Rea made a film. They all do it, like Dave Stewart made that film with the All Saints, Honest. No one went to see it.
No.
But Chris Rea made a film which was like a kind of fantasy thing. Well, I think Shirley Bassey turned up in it, where he was like, have you ever seen this?
No, but oh no, I can't tell you. I'll tell you off air.
Really? Is it outrageous? Is it libelous to Chris Rea?
No, I had to interview Chris Rea about this.
Really?
And Shirley Bassey was there. And she pulled
That's
up in
a
her
weird
limo.
interview.
Yeah,
an incredible-
don't ask me. Don't ask me.
What was you doing for?
It was for some satellite
And what did
TV
Bassey
show.
say? Did she disrespect the film?
No. When Bassey came into Pinewood Studios, when she came in, we all had to leave the set so she could drive through the set. We all had to leave so she could drive in.
No.
Just thought I'd tell you that.
Oh.
It's very boring, really. I wish I hadn't told you that.
What do you mean? She
actually.
drove her car into the set?
No, she was driven into Pinewood
Right.
Studios, into wherever they were filming, and we had to all leave
why did you
as
have
she
to
arrived.
leave?
Because, I don't know.
Did she knew what you do?
She didn't
Sturgis?
like me.
She went,
Yeah.
I don't want that smackhead around when I'm in here, you know. Wow.
I got some valuables in here.
Yeah, yeah. Sturgis.
Diamonds
yeah.
are forever, and especially when she's around.
Yeah.
Anyway, I never saw the film, Steve, in answer to your questions.
Yeah, well, I don't think anyone did, but it's the fact that Chris Rea got money to make a film. I mean, has he released a song for years?
He's still going.
Is
He's
he?
probably got a little bit of back catalogue going.
You mentioned Paul McCartney as well, and we were talking about that with Steve Taylor, and I'm wondering, because you're talking about his money and the fact he's got loads of wealth, and that's fair enough, and he obviously deserves it, but what I'm wondering is, he's got to be, he's such a
Steve,
rich
does
man.
anyone deserve it?
Unless they spread it around. really.
Politics.
But, he's obviously, I mean, he must be one of the richest men certainly in this country, and I'm
Yeah.
sure, internationally. Millions,
Yeah.
I don't know if he's reached the billion mark yet. But I'm wondering to myself, why doesn't he spend some of that money making his missus like a bionic leg? That'd be amazing. Do you know what I mean? She
God.
could, like, leap over buildings and stuff. That'd be genius.
Well, she wouldn't leap, she'd hop.
Because if I had that much money, I would.
She could only hop.
She'd just be running around in a circle.
She'd win,
the one.
she'd
You'd have
win
to get the other one done as
sports
well.
games, wouldn't she, at school easy? Just
Yeah.
one hop.
Exactly.
And she's won.
I mean, it'd just be
Oh.
incredible. Because I don't know. I mean, the Bionic Man, it was expensive then, wasn't it?
6 million then, Steve. Christ knows what it would cost now with inflation. $6 million, of course. That's only about £4 million
Yeah.
sterling.
Yeah.
But now, and that was like, what was that, 74 or something?
It cost you a fortune.
Hundreds of million.
Oh, I wouldn't even want to guesstimate.
But he got the eye.
Sure.
That's useful.
Yep.
He can, see miles away.
Yep.
He's got the 2 legs. You need the 2 legs for running.
Did he have the 2 legs?
Wouldn't it be? Yeah, of course he did. Otherwise he'd be hopping, wouldn't he?
Yeah.
Dun, 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 dun. But he got the 1 arm. He didn't need the 1 arm. They thought, let's not look mad. Let's not make him completely bionic.
Yeah.
But the one thing that always worried me, right, was that when he lifted up a truck with his 1 good arm, why didn't his back collapse?
Yeah.
He didn't have a bionic spine, did he?
Sure.
I could see him lying on the ground and sort of like doing a sort of leg press. That'd be fine. But when he stand up, his back would just collapse, wouldn't it?
Yeah, so you're beginning to wonder if an astronaut who fell out of an airplane while test driving it and was rebuilt as a half robot, you're wondering if there's maybe some flaws in that concept.
Yeah, and Oscar Goldman, I don't know what. And isn't it convenient that his girlfriend had the same 2 legs, 1 arm?
I
but
think that's what drew them closer
this-
together, though, Rick.
This time she had the ear.
I don't think he was just on the pull and by chance he got her undressed. He thought, my God, that looks like a familiar plastic arm.
And there was a bionic dog, wasn't there?
And a horse,
Well,
apparently.
why do you need a bionic horse?
I know.
When you can run at 70 miles an hour, you don't need to get on a horse, do
Yeah.
you? Unless the bloke that had the bionic horse wasn't bionic, and he could run like really
Well, I
fast.
think the problem was that they'd spent so much money on all these bionic things, they just made a bionic horse, entered it in races.
Yeah,
Just
he
bet
gets
on
some
it.
of the money back.
Yeah, exactly.
Steve Austin, he's not turning up, he's swanning round.
A very costly investment.
Does anyone remember Bionic Man? Is this just, yeah? It's all shown again, isn't it, on Bravo?
Everyone
and all
knows
the-
who the bionic
Oh, just
I
ask
know sci-fi.
Camfield about it.
Oh, I bet he
Yeah.
loves it.
Because
doesn't he?
Camfield's only about 14 and he knows the bionic man.
I know, yeah. He's been watching it for 13 and a half years.
Sturge, let's play another song because we just played the cover version of Handbags and Now
Sure.
Great song, really good.
Yeah.
And I've been playing cover
version.
versions all this year. And one of my favourites was this
Run
one
for cover.
I played a long time back. Actually, I think I played this when we were standing in for Dermot O'Diddley.
Yeah.
Not
he
gonna-
was back today, wasn't he? Just pops
was,
up when he wants.
Exactly.
Isn't he?
But I'm not going to play any cover versions in the new year. That's
Go on.
that Cover Me Up or Cover Me Bad. That's gonna be scrapped.
Run for cover. Well, I've finished with my, I call it film review.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure. So
Yeah.
we're going to have all new features in the new year.
Yeah.
But I'd love to play this again. This is a Once Around the Block, as done by the Kings of Convenience. Play this, Claire. Lovely. Was, I think, a short-lived kind of new folk movement, wasn't there, this year, that kind of came and went. And the Kings of the Convenience were supposed to be part of that. And their album, Quiet is the New Loud, I thought was an absolute treat. And a lot of people just sort of ignored it.
Lovely track.
But
lovely
that's,
version.
That was never actually on the album. That was from the Toxic Girl single. And that's Once Around the Block by Badly Drawn Boy, as done by the Kings of Convenience.
Beautiful. This is great, isn't it, coming in and just like playing songs?
Oh man, it's a lovely, lovely
Do you
job.
think the listeners enjoy this as much as we do?
I would imagine not.
No, I don't think
No.
so either.
No.
But does that make us bad people?
No, I don't think it does.
No.
It makes us wealthy people.
And lucky, very lucky.
That's true enough.
PJ Harvey.
Lovely.
Love it, great. I'm loving this, Steve.
Yeah, no, it's
Nearly
great.
Christmas. I had a couple of chocolates there, didn't I?
Oh,
the
yeah.
purple ones in roses. It's very much like the Quality Street one, the hazelnut and the toffee.
Yeah.
But get me in the mood. Now I know if you're a fan like me. You love the roast dinner.
Oh,
we love the roast dinner. But the Uber roast dinner is the Christmas dinner.
I'm looking forward to it.
No, I'm thinking about it now. I can't believe how many different sort of meats you're gonna have in your house.
Well, we always have the turkey, obviously, traditional. Plus, we always have a little bit of pork, a little bit of lamb.
Oh God! And don't forget the sausage. You know.
Well, I love the fact that someone's designed the turkey Christmas dinner, and then they thought, wait a minute, I also want a little sausage, and let's wrap it in bacon.
Why not?
Let's
have some stuff in it.
Can we have all the meats that are available?
Someone said, hold on. There's sausage meat in the stuffing. Now, and well, sue me.
Yeah, exactly.
Sue me if I want a bit of extra sausage. You know what I mean?
Oh.
It's the work of art, and it takes hours.
Rick, can I ask you, what kind of veg you going with this year?
Veg, well, I just love the roast potato. I mean, people have tried to sneak in the Brussels
Because
sprout.
you don't eat vegetables or anything green, do you?
not to eat.
Parsnips.
I love parsnips, but when they're crisp and crunchy, like a trendy crisp.
Yes.
In a wine bar. I love it when, yeah. Oh, I love that.
We'll be having carrots, we'll be having leeks, we'll be having Brussels, obviously.
Yeah.
Brussels.
Yeah.
And my mum will always throw in a little bit of something crazy. Maybe there'll be a little bit of red cabbage, something wild, something exotic, something continental.
Or a used condom. To be quite honest, I think she's mental, your mother. She's got to stop that.
But who knows? Any kind of treats. And I love the fact about the Christmas dinner is that people are taking weeks, years planning it.
I know.
They take, months. They got to defrost.
Can you talk about your grandparents?
Well, my grandparents, of course, the thing about my grandparents, I have mentioned this before.
Yeah.
I think they've got about 3 teeth between them. It's unbelievable. My grandfather.
They're all their own, though.
He was in the RAF in the war, right? And for some reason, he had problems with his teeth, and they pulled them all out, and they replaced them with a false set of false teeth. But during the wartime, I don't know whether this was just like what it was like during the war, or just the 40s, but he had a kind of wooden plate put in with like some kind of fake teeth attached.
Oh no.
And he's never had that changed. So he's still got the wooden plate and about 3 teeth still hanging on it.
Oh.
It's just so he and my grandmother combined, they cannot eat anything that's kind of solid. So they will literally get up for Christmas dinner, they'll get up and they'll put the meat on like it's sort of 6 in the morning, go back to bed for the day, get up and eat it at about 9 o'clock at night. And the best compliment you can have if you've cooked dinner for my grandparents is, oh, this is lovely. You can suck it away.
Yeah.
Imagine that.
Why don't they just liquidize it? Have a nice little roast smoothie.
They have done in the past.
Really, and a little apple crumble smoothie to follow.
If we take them out to eat, like at a restaurant or something, we've got to phone ahead to make sure there's fish on the menu.
Really?
Because they can only have fish. But then the bones, you see, that's a problem for them.
Well, you can take the bones out of fish, can't you, and sort of mash it up.
Yeah, but the eyes are going
Steve,
as well.
could I suggest the fish cake? It's already mashed, it's with the potato, it's in a crispy crumb, which doesn't hurt anyone, whether you got teeth or not.
Rick, can I,
go on.
make a little,
yeah.
I just want to make it, because obviously not everyone's as fortunate at Christmas, Rick,
no,
as us.
What
about the vegetarians? What are they eating?
A nut cutlet.
What the hell is
lovely little nut cutlet. Can't they have, like, tofu, but in the shape of a turkey?
But I love the fact that so often, certainly your Linda McCartney veggie items, they always try to fool you into thinking it's the real thing. Some veggie sausages that they've injected with something so they'll taste like sausages.
Yeah.
Well, eat the real thing.
I look, you don't really need it that arbitrary shape. If it's, you might as well just have it any shape.
What angers me with the vegetarians, what angers me with the vegetarians and the vegans even worse, is that, look, we're breeding all these animals to be eaten.
Yeah.
They're gonna get slaughtered anyway. Chow down! Come on!
Yeah.
Those chickens in those little kind of pens, 4 of them in a little square box.
Yeah.
They're sort of crapping eggs out every couple of minutes.
Yeah.
You're not
a zoologist, are you?
I am not officially.
Yeah.
No, but I know what I'm talking about, Rick.
Yeah, you do.
I've seen brochures.
Yeah.
I've walked past a farm while on holiday.
Excuse me, farmer, could, your finest hens crap me some eggs for my tea? No worries.
Chicken, crap a little egg for me. Oh,
brilliant.
An old Christmas classic.
Oh.
No, spare a thought for the vegetarians, and worse still the vegans.
Yeah, and, what about Travis? What do you think they'll be doing this Christmas?
Having a whale of a time.
I'll tell you what, Steve, it was an excuse to play the record.
Genius.
It was a link. Travis and Driftwood on XFM 104.9. It's the Christmas edition of the Ricky Gervais Show with Steve Merchant.
Hi.
I'm loving it.
Yeah, it's good. I'm in the Christmas spirit, actually, I have to say.
Yeah, definitely.
I do enjoy it. Will you be looking forward to, I know everyone talks about it, Rick, but Christmas telly?
I love Christmas telly. Christmas Day telly's great. I get up and Noel's giving out some presents around hospitals and that, and then you might have the number ones of the year from Top of the Pop. Then you might have a little, I don't know, I don't watch the Queen's speech, but, you know, you have a little sleep then, don't you? Maybe
exactly,
after a big roast dinner with too many sausages.
Yeah.
I'm only joking, Mum, let's have some more.
It's true enough. More chocolate, please.
Yeah. Well, let's not, you know, there's people
crazy.
starving in the
There
world,
are
so let's
people
not rub it
starving
in.
Hopefully they're not listening to the radio.
No, probably not.
Just scrabbling around in the cold and the dirt looking for food.
We are actually laughing about it.
I know
We actually laugh.
Rick, I find that if I laugh about it, then I can ignore the problem easier.
Yeah.
Not face up to the horror.
Yeah, I know. That's too easily done, isn't it?
Exactly. It's too easy to face the horror of the world. It's better to laugh it off.
I know. That's what annoys me about buskers. Because a beggar just sits there and you can pretend you haven't seen him, whereas a busker's shouting out.
Yeah,
and
he's
you want to
drawing
go,
attention to
you
himself.
know, unless you're deaf and blind, he knows.
Yeah.
He knows.
Yeah.
So,
Have you
anyway.
cultivated a kind of universal... I've cultivated this kind of thing I always do with a beggar. When they offer their hand, I don't even say anything anymore. I just sort of kind of offer up my hands as though to say, look, I have no money in my hands. And just a kind of sympathetic turn of the head. And I sort of mouth some words like, and it normally involves sorry mate or something.
Yeah.
Because I find it's better to be courteous than like kick them in the head or anything like that.
Yeah, no, I never do that,
The
and
old
I always acknowledge them. I actually never ignore them.
No.
And sometimes I give, depending on,
Although I have to say,
it's all situational.
Another successful year for me of avoiding the Big Issue salesman. I've never bought a copy of the Big Issue.
I love the fact you are actually proud of that.
Well, it got to the point where I actually am appalled by myself, but it's like it's a contest now. It's like I've managed to do it for so long that it's almost a competition with myself.
Well, it's the same as me
failing.
with reading a novel. But, yeah. Although I blew that in 1987 when I read Catcher in the Rye. I'm still kicking myself.
I'm looking forward, of course, to, I'm hoping it'll be Dennis Norden's Laughter File, Volume 7.
Oh, 7? You're having a laugh. 27?
It used to be It'll Be Alright on the Night, but I think they've changed the name to Dennis Norden's Laughter
Well,
File to fool us.
it's great though, isn't it? Because he comes... You're one of those people.
One of those people.
This is something we call doorstop.
Yeah.
And it's sort of like, just what? Yeah. And doesn't it just go into the Director
This
General?
is one called Let Sleeping Logs Die.
Yeah. It's just, oh god.
But what I don't understand is why no one has said to him, or why hasn't he watched that TV? Why hasn't he, at Christmas, right, he's gone home with the family, he's gone, come on everyone, let's watch my show, and he's watched it.
It's Laughter File 27.
Yeah,
Dennis Norton.
that's
me.
The family must have been faking laughter, and why is he not turned around and gone, why did no one tell me then? Crap.
Why doesn't he go to Greg Dyke and go, or whatever it's on?
Well,
like,
it's ITV, isn't it? Yeah.
Is it? Oh, what was that then?
ITV Task, it's
Who's in charge?
Paymasters, I don't know, they
I
change
know,
every
yeah.
week, don't they?
But
That's why we never work with them.
Just watched me on that Laughter File 27. It's rubbish, isn't it? And they go, yeah. They go, well, why didn't you tell us? Well, we thought it would kill you, to be quite honest. But why didn't you let my son take over or something? Well, Dennis, he's 84.
How old am I then?
Well, we don't know. We've had you carbon dated, but it's off the scale. But why did you let me carry that stupid file? Are you reading this now, Dennis?
Well, I
am,
can't
yeah.
remember what I got to say.
Well, don't read it. Just speak normally.
2 coffees, please, waiter. I'm on the
No,
wrong sheet. I don't know what I'm
this
doing.
is what we call talking to the Director General. Stop it! But I can't wait for that. Yeah, and
Dennis
oh,
Norton's Laughter
there is
File.
two.
Can I just say,
go
one,
on.
who's in the audience of Dennis Norton? Like, who's gone, Joan, I got 2 tickets for Laughter File, I can't believe
Yeah,
I laughed.
I've been on the internet.
Because they're always they're cracking up, the people on that show. I've never laughed once.
Maybe it was an audience that they filmed in 1973, where it was the first time they saw a goalkeeper get hit in the balls
Yeah.
or something, or Jackie Charlton or something, or a dog fall off a slide.
Well, it's either old people who just can't remember, they've already seen those clips 1,000 times before, like
Yeah.
Alzheimer's or something.
Yeah.
Or it's, I was always thinking of the people at, what's that show, Beadle used to do, the,
Beatles
You've Been
about
Framed.
You've Been Framed.
I think now what's happening is, while Lisa Riley's doing all the scripted jokes, there's just someone stood behind her, maybe just showing a picture of her, like nude, or in
Yeah.
a bikini, or just pointing and just making jokes at her expense.
Exactly,
That's
yeah.
why they're laughing.
He's lovely Lisa Riley off Emmerdale, of
Good old
course.
Fatty Riley.
No, don't say it's not fat. It might be glad you don't know.
It could be Glenn.
No, just stop it. You can't say that
I don't
sort
know,
of
I've
thing.
gone a bit crazy, I've just gone,
No,
gone
no,
a
but
bit wild.
what if she's listening to this and she gets an eating disorder or something, or, you know, becomes bulimic, because of what she's probably at home binging now.
I know.
She's leaving out the vomit and she can't get her fat fingers in her mouth. Anyway.
I'll tell you what, the best gig of the year, surely the White Stripes, Rick. I know everyone's raving about it, and let's hear one of their tracks. What's it called again, Claire?
Fell in love with a girl.
Lovely.
Pogues. Kirsty McCall, Fairy Tale New York. We're just saying,
Unbelievable.
it's just a brilliant song, isn't it?
Genius. It's genius.
great.
And what I love is the fact that it was quite a big hit, and it's like sometimes even a majestic song like that normally would get overlooked just manages to drift up to the surface somehow, and even, you know, everyone, the white trash.
Well, the imagery
appreciate
is great as well.
brilliant.
How can old slut on junk be romantic?
Amazing.
Well, we're fans.
Yeah.
Sturgis thought he was talking about her. Leave it, Sturgis.
You know,
You're
in a way we
clean.
are. No, in a
You're
way.
clean now.
Exactly.
Yeah. Well, we got more treats. After
got
this,
a
we've got a song for the ladies. We're going out of sync here. We're going to play "Song for the Ladies," the penultimate track, because I want to leave them with a Christmas classic, the Joni Mitchell classic, River. So look forward to that.
Absolutely.
Well, it's been a great show.
It has. It's
Even
almost
though I
over.
say so myself.
Yeah,
you know,
enjoyed it.
I've enjoyed it. Looking back over the year,
Rick, can I
looking forward
just-
to Christmas. Go on.
Can I just throw a big thanks out to all the people that have emailed us and phoned in and written to us over
And
the last
sent us
6 months.
things.
I think
Yeah.
it's about 4 people who keep doing it.
Yeah.
Recycling the same old
Under
junk.
different names, though.
Exactly, but we don't tend to read stuff out, but it is appreciated.
It is, and it's often gets into the show, whether you know it or not.
Exactly, in some way we steal your jokes and pass them off as our own.
Nice email from someone there saying there is a tofurkey.
A tofurkey, yeah, so a tofu turkey.
Yeah.
You can buy it in the whole trimmings.
See,
All
and I made that up. I could have written that down and, well, it had already been done.
Yeah.
So I said we can't paint in a tofurkey.
Sure.
So I've embarrassed myself again.
Sturgis, are you going to be driving home for Christmas?
No,
Driving
I'm going to
home
be
for
here.
Christmas.
I'm going to be here.
God, she's working.
He's just the same as me.
She's working on Christmas, Sturgis.
Oh yeah, I'm here. Yeah. Someone emailed me the other week saying, "Will I be voice tracked over
What does that
Christmas?" Well, I'm not quite sure. It's a radio term apparently,
Right,
but
wow.
no, I will be live.
Wow.
On Christmas Day.
Oh yes, Christmas Day.
So you
evening.
can't drink and stuff?
Well,
Well, not as much as, like,
yeah.
you would have liked. I mean,
I'll
you're
have a
always drunk
tipple.
on there, obviously.
yeah, but it's getting to that point. I didn't know she drank till I saw her sober one day, one
Yeah.
Sunday morning when she came in to do an early show, and she was talking differently.
Yeah.
She went like, the pubs aren't open yet.
Exactly.
And I realised. It's terrible, isn't it? Well, what should we play now,
I don't know,
then,
and I've
Steve?
kind of felt like we've sort of exhausted ourselves, really. We've run out of stuff to say.
Have we?
We've made all our observations about Christmas.
Yeah.
We've taken a sideways glance
At the sausage.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, another
Right,
funny
look
word.
at this year's
Stuffing. Remember we talked about stuff? Do you remember I think it was 4 links ago.
Yeah, sure.
No, listen. We're going to call it sausage loving. And we talked about all the different things you have on a plate and that. And we started off with like turkey, and then we went,
I'm just trying to remember some of the amusing bloopers that took place over the course of. Do you remember when you didn't make it back in time for the link and you were making tea?
I was making tea.
That was a
Oh
classic
God! What was that one when I think you said something like that was a white stripes. He's going to
Exactly.
say the word wrong or
Yeah,
something.
yeah.
Oh God!
if you're one of those people.
Oh, this is great. I'll tell you what. I'd like to play a record because I'd like to talk about this link later.
Yeah.
Should we play a record?
Yeah, well, let's look back on it, like, amusingly, like I Love 1980.
Oh,
Let's do that
God.
in a second. So I'll play a song for the ladies, final one of the year, and it's a song which I did play a long time ago, and it's absolutely beautiful. It's from Nick Cave's album. What was it called again? I think it was called No More Shall We Part, and it's an absolutely magnificent
I'm just
track.
remembering the last time you played it.
I know.
It was brilliant because you introduced it, and then I think it was Carl
Pressed the
who
button.
played it, and we listened to it.
Were we playing Buckaroo or eating Curly Whirlies at the time? I can't remember.
I was on a space opera.
Oh.